did the Civil Rights Act of 1960 for end Jim Crow? Have you ever wondered if the Civil Rights Act of 1960 for truly put an end to the Jim Crow laws? This question takes us deep into a significant chapter of American history. The Civil Rights Act of 1960 was a monumental piece of legislation that aimed to dismantle racial segregation and discrimination against Black Americans. However, it did not completely eradicate Jim Crow. The act made it illegal to discriminate based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin in public places like restaurants, theaters, and hotels. It also applied to employment for businesses with 25 or more employees. This was a major step forward, as it allowed the federal government to enforce desegregation in schools and public facilities. If programs continued to practice discrimination, they risked losing federal funding. Despite these advances, Jim Crow laws were deeply rooted in state and local customs that had existed since the late 19th century. These laws enforced racial segregation in many areas of life, including education, transportation, and voting. They were designed to maintain white supremacy and economic inequality. While the Civil Rights Act of 1960 addressed many issues of discrimination, it did not instantly eliminate all forms of segregation. The struggle for equality continued beyond 1964. The Voting Rights Act of 1965 was necessary to remove barriers that prevented Black Americans from voting. Additionally, the Fair Housing Act of 1968 aimed to tackle discrimination in housing. These laws were essential in furthering the fight against Jim Crow. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 was a significant achievement of the civil rights movement, led by courageous leaders and activists. Figures like Martin Luther, King Jr., and countless others fought tirelessly for equality. Their efforts culminated in the passage of this act, which legally affirmed the rights of Black Americans and opened doors for greater participation in society. In summary, while the Civil Rights Act of 1960 made strides in ending legal segregation, it did not fully eliminate Jim Crow laws or their effects. It was a critical step in the ongoing journey toward civil rights and equality for Black Americans. The fight for justice and equality continued, showing that the struggle was far from over.